This is some fucking bullshit. I swear to God, I needed Brees Hall to get me 9 fucking points. 9 fucking points. And they're driving down the field, and he's not even in the fucking game anymore. And they throw it like 6 times straight. 6 times straight to fucking. I don't even know who the fuck it was. So I lost. Travis, good game. Good game. Um, Travis won, but Travis won. Uh, Travis was led by Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, both me and Travis had a really bad day, really bad week. Um, I have no highlights on any of my teams, but Mahomes. I was talking about this before. Mahomes is not playing up to his level of MVP, and that's an issue. But this is what's going to make Kansas City dangerous in the playoffs: is when their offense struggles, their defense can win them the games, and that's exactly what happened in that matchup against Miami. Tua could not do shit, and also I really don't like teams having to travel overseas to go play in London. This game was in Germany, which I don't know if it's further. I'm sure it is. Whatever, but it is what it is. So Travis is gonna go up to 5-4. Congrats on Travis. Good game. Good game. Saquon hit his average. Derrick Henry, you're happy with that. 17. You're happy with Devontae Smith. Great play in your flex. Dallas had a rough day against Philly, but overall, decent game. You're not happy with that, but tight ends are kind of hit and miss. And especially Arizona, they got rid of Joshua Dobbs, and Dobbs is definitely willing to throw the ball. So that's this is gonna change. But Kyler is coming back, and he is expected to start this week. So this might actually start hitting that because Kyler will throw the ball. So I lost. That's great. On to the next matchup. Pirate Ship and Dinoco. Jonathan having a rough week. Sam Howell is sneakily a very good quarterback, top 10 quarterback from what I can tell in the league. But just this players didn't hit. Tyreek Hill, bad game in Germany. I'm telling you, he had a narrative to try to show out against his old team, and they completely just shut him down. So that wasn't too great. Keenan Allen just under his average from that game. I mean, you would have needed a monster game from him to come back. Raheem Mostert just bad game. I do not like traveling overseas. You're happy with 14, but you expect a lot more, especially with the games that he's put up before. 36, 14 hits. He's definitely not hitting those weak winning levels like you're expecting him to almost have in that high explosive offense. But something's going on with that, and I think it was just traveling overseas. I just don't like it. Everyone else just kind of really didn't hit on his team. Cooper Cup, I really don't like their offense without Matthew Stafford. It is not good. Not good at all, especially 3 points against Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay is not good, and Green Bay put the smacking on him, so that's rough. Jalen Hurts, he's doing his thing. It seems like every week he's putting up high scoring points like that, so you're happy with that. Garrett Wilson couldn't do jack shit in that game against the Chargers, but the Chargers did. Like, oh my god, dude, that fucking that offense is terrible. The way that they performed, so many penalties. Deontay Johnson, you're happy with that? That's very surprising to see that. Maybe he's starting to wake up a little bit, starting to come out. Yeah, coming out of his bye week, starting to get involved into the offense. That might be a good little pickup going into the potential playoffs. But I think right now, Juan's in playoff standing, so just keep it up. This should be pretty consistent. You love to see that last week. I didn't go over last week's. I totally forgot. That is very nice to see. 14 targets, so very happy with that. Kenneth Walker, kind of a miss, but Baltimore low key might be like the second or third best team in the league overall and have a great defense. So I think they just kind of stuffed Seattle. So that's just kind of a rough one. And speaking of one of the best teams overall, Cincinnati waking up, throw away their first 3 games of the league of the season. Throw them away. They are a brand new team and they're fucking cranking right now. So this you were very happy with this. You're very happy, and this is only going to stay consistent. This is probably his floor, if I had to guess, going forward. Um, yeah, sure enough, coming off the bye, this is when they started to crank. 18 against San Francisco, 15 against Buffalo, and he had really good matchups heading into the playoffs. So you're happy with that. Cole Kmet, blow up game, 2 touchdowns on 6 receptions on a loss. That's crazy. I didn't realize that was such a good game for them, but wow, good game, Cole Kmet. I don't expect that from him almost ever. Well, week 4, nice. Oh, hey, last week 10 targets last week. Oh, okay, this is something to look forward to. Continue to look at this, but this is also with Justin Fields out, so this is interesting. Hopefully, when Justin Fields comes back, he's going to continue to see this. So that's very nice. You're happy with that. And Gus Edwards, great call on the flex for 17. Great call. Like I said, Baltimore might be one of the best teams in the league. But good job, Juan, going up to I thought Juan was going to be in the playoffs running. He might be now at 4-5, depending on how everything kind of falls together. He might be pushing up to maybe a 6 seed, and then Jonathan's going to be falling down to 3-6. So that's just a rough week. That's a killer right there. That's the big killer, and that's the big killer right there. So it's a rough one. It's a rough one, but it happens, man. On to the next matchup. Ryan, talked to Ryan earlier today, and everything just went wrong with his team. Just nobody showed up. Devontae Adams, you expect that in a win, and they just didn't throw it to him. But I think it's a rookie quarterback or like a new quarterback coming into the offense, and so it's just that was kind of rough. But they won, so I'm sure he's happy with that, and I'm sure he's happy with the coaches being fired too. Jamar Chase, questionable. I did not see what happened. Back injury. That's not good. That's not good. He's day to day, but essentially that can mean anything. So that kind of sucks. He still had 8 targets, just only 4 catches, and just very low performance. But they had a very comfortable win against Buffalo. So he's happy that they won, but we're not happy about his performance. Nalvin Kamara, was low-key one of the greatest pickups, just coming off of the his suspension, and just kind of like a down game against Chicago. You can run on Chicago, but kind of just didn't need him in that game, unfortunately. He's gonna bounce back. I think the performances that he's been doing, especially his usage in the passing game, you're gonna expect more out of them. You're expecting at least 14, maybe not projection, but I think 14 should be his floor for his performance. And DeAndre Swift, that was just a battle against Dallas, and so they kind of didn't need him in that situation. You hope for his floor at his projection at 12. He just didn't score, unfortunately. That was the thing. And then ugly game against Miami. Patrick Mahomes, the offense just was not cranking at all, but their defense did all the work, and they're happy with that. But you're happy with this. 16 out of AJ Brown. Good. It seemed like everything kind of went through the air for them. Well, he got his 1 touchdown on 7 receptions, so that's big. So you're really happy with that. And then kickers and defense didn't really do too much. But Robert going up to 5-4, so gonna be matching Ryan. So we're gonna see who's has more points scored overall, and that's gonna be the determining factor for second place right now. Derek Carr, sneaky ugly pickup for the week to run a quarterback, and you're happy with them. Hit projection, honestly. Even I think if he had 15, you'd probably be happy with Derek Carr's performance. But CeeDee Lamb just blowing up on that game, 191 with not even a touchdown, so that's crazy. Well, yeah, if you told me he had 191, I would have told you at least one, but even two. But wow, that's crazy shit. Mike Evans hit his projection. You're happy with that. Eckler, get that game just finished. He got his late sneaky touchdown, late. So you were probably sitting at about maybe his projection, maybe about 12 to 13 before that actually happened. So nice little bump. It's not like you needed it. You were comfortably gonna win this game, anyways. Ramondre Stevenson got his rushing touchdown with 42 reception yards. That's impressive. Travis just texted me, "Fuck you." First off, okay. Um, DJ Moore, 44 receptions and a fumble loss. You're not happy with that, but I mean, honestly, at that point, you had a lot of players on bye anyway, so you're gonna win comfortably. Your defense kind of showed up, so you're good with that. But good win. That was a good win by Robert. Good job. I think these might switch. I think Robert might jump into second. Ryan might fall to third. It all just depends on the overall points scored. But I know Ryan's had some pretty big weeks, and Ryan's got bigger weeks. Robert's more consistent, so you never know how it's gonna fall. On to the next one. Tony beating Roman. Roman missing his mark on a couple of his players, potentially had a chance to win, especially with that. Wow, Gabe Davis putting up a zero. I think he had like 3 targets and like no catches. 2 targets, no catches. I only know that because I have Gabe Davis in another league too. So he put up zero on that one as well. But Joe Burrow, that like I said, throw away those first 3 games. Their offense is cranking right now, and you are thrilled to have Joe Burrow. Especially Roman has Jefferson, and Minnesota is sneakily on a 4 game winning streak. And so there was rumors saying that Jefferson was gonna potentially take his time coming back from his injury, depending on how Minnesota's looking in the playoff standings. And with Minnesota kind of cranking out right now, with 4 wins, with Joshua Dobbs coming in, not knowing anyone's name, and just fucking winning the game for them, this might be good going late into the season. I don't know, Rome, if you can turn it around in time to make playoffs. You got a couple more games. You need to go into a winning streak. You need a winning streak right now. And it's not going to happen with Jalen Waddle putting up 6 and Pickens putting up 9.9. So that's rough. 2 receptions, -1 yards, and just everything went everyone else's way except for George Pickens. Because I mean, 5 receptions. Even then, 5 for 1 and 22 and 1. So that's an issue right there. Very little involvement in the offense. But you're happy with Aaron Jones, 73-1. Josh Jacobs kind of turning it around right now. 2 touchdowns, just under 100. You kind of wish he hit that 100 mark for those extra 3 points. Starting to turn around a little bit. Had a bad game, but you're trending in the right direction, at least right there, especially with this 11, 15, and 26. You're expecting 15 and plus attempts per game, and that's just on the floor. Kyle Pitts, I don't like their offense, but Kyle Pitts is a really good tight end, but they just don't involve him. And Arthur Smith is a fucking idiot. You can tell that to the Bijan Robinson managers all across the leagues. And KJ Osborne, I think he got injured. Can't remember what it was. Let's see. Concussion. Oh, that's not good. So you're gonna want to see if he's gonna pass that. If not, you have a couple guys that you can drop in. I know Brandon was on a bye week, and you have some decent players. Cam Akers is actually injured. I think his season's done, from what I can remember. Achilles. Yep, he's done. Go ahead and drop him. Pick up someone else. He's donezo. But going over to Tony, getting the win, 129, a great score. Great score for the week, led by Dak Prescott, who played absolutely great in that game, trying to bring them back. But Dallas just doesn't know how to win games towards the end. But 3 for 374, you're thrilled with that. You're not thrilled with that. We're not even going to talk about that, unfortunately, because there's nothing to talk about. T. Higgins had a really good game. Kind of bounce back game. He's been kind of quiet, and he's starting to turn around. But like I said, that offense, throw away the first 3 games. I know he had a great one in the beginning, but throw away those first 3 games, and their offense is going to start kicking, dude. Jonathan Taylor, you're happy with that. Beat his projection, so you're happy with that. Jerome Ford, you're definitely happy with that. That is a sneaky pickup Good call on that. You kind of wish he scored, especially with the blowout versus Arizona. But I mean, you beat his projection. You can't really ask for too much more than that. And then Jonnu Smith, 101. Let's go. That's a great call on Jonnu Smith right there. Minnesota does give up yards to the tight ends, so I don't know if you knew that, but if you did, good noticing it. Zach Moss, you're not too happy with that, especially running the double running backs. But I think you were sitting out somebody. Damian Pilster's injured. Brian Robinson, maybe you wanted to let him in, but I mean, dude, you won comfortably. You won by about 20, almost 30 points. So you're not too mad about that. So good win. Good win on Tony, jumping up to 5-4. Maybe you'll jump up to maybe 7th, depending on positioning. Roman falling to 2-7. Just bad injuries, but you're happy with Joe Burrow's performance kind of turning it around, and you're happy with Josh Jacobs kind of turning it around as well. And going on to the last matchup of the week, Orlando needed a miracle, and he missed it by about 25 points. Also, staying undefeated, not much to talk about, just consistently a strong team led by Josh Allen, who actually really didn't play that great, but you're still happy with that. And when Josh Allen plays a bad game and he still puts up 27 points, like, I mean, the dude is just that good. But all this right here is just wasn't too great for you, and you still won pretty comfortably. Chris Godwin just didn't do anything in that game. Zay Flowers, I know you're talking about, you're probably going to move on from him. I don't blame you. He's not really doing too much. Isaiah Pacheco, I probably would still hold on to him. Just a bad offensive game for Kansas City. Like I said, traveling overseas, you're not too happy with that. But Tyler Algier, how ironic that the secondary running back from Atlanta going up against the starting running back from Atlanta and outperforms him. 51 for Bijan, 39, but with the touchdown, and that's all that matters. That touchdown is 6 points, and that's a 6 point swing. That's all it is. TJ Hawkinson, like I said, that this probably came with Joshua Dobbs coming into the game and getting that usage. 12 targets, yeah. Joshua Dobbs was tossing it, and that boy's not afraid to toss it either, so you're happy with that. And Amari Cooper, massive game against Arizona. They just kind of smashed them. Arizona is such a bad team, so if you have any players going up against Arizona, always make sure to play them because they're a dog shit team. Kicker putting up massive points for Alex. I think that might be the highest kicking score so far of the week at 19. 250 plusers, so you're thrilled with that. And then your defense played pretty good, held them in the game. Orlando's bright spot, Rachaad White, 2 touchdowns and 73. But everything else kind of just fell through. Stephon Diggs still had a pretty decent game, but I think Cincinnati just kind of focused everything. I'm sorry, Cincinnati focused everything on Buffalo, tried to stop them best they could. Like I said, Josh Allen played a bad game, and that kind of reflected. Even though he had 19 points, you almost expect more, which is kind of crazy to say that, but like 100 yards. 100 yards get you extra 3 points. You're sitting at 22. You're like, okay, yeah, that's what I expect out of Diggs. But Hopkins, Tennessee's offense is just kind of weird. Hopkins had a blow up game last week, and I don't expect that every week. But they're going with what's his name, the white kid, white kid. Is his name in there? Will Levis, and he's got a strong arm. So it's going to be interesting to see that going forward. The kid will throw it. Bijan Robinson, blame Arthur Smith. That's all I'm going to say. And Dallas Goedert, doubtful what happened with him. Facing expected 4-week absence with a broken forearm. That's not good. You're going to need a new tight end. So start running the waiver wires if you don't have someone on your bench. Defense didn't show up and kickers didn't show up, so it's okay. Kareem Hunt hit his average, 1 touchdown that kind of saved his day on that one. So if not, you're looking at about 3 points without that touchdown. But it is what it is. But good week overall for everybody, except me and except Ryan, unfortunately. But good job keeping this one short because I hate everything. It's still 20 minutes long. Good job going into week 10. Let's do a quick little look over real quick. I'm going up against Ryan. This is technically quote unquote rivalry week. And all that means is this is the person you played in week 1. So me and Ryan got some bikes coming up. So projections are going to be all over the place. Everyone looks like a lot of people have either projections or injuries or buys. So make your adjustments, and it's probably going to be another ugly week. And I think after this, that's like the last major bye week of the season, and so everyone else should start having more consistently higher scores, projections, and also finishes. So it is what it is. Good job to the winners. Congrats. And play those waiver wires, start making your adjustments, and we will see you all in week 10.